Hello everyone, welcome to morning coffee break. The birds sound great this morning. It's starting to warm up now, sun's out. It's going to be a nice day. Now that we got us a little bit of rain, we need this sunshine to really get things going in the garden. Hope everybody's doing good this morning. I'm doing pretty good. I feel a little bit better. Aside from the usual ailments of the morning's aches and pains. Just sitting here listening to these birds. This is the best therapy for me, y'all, sitting out here every morning. And, you know, I do it at other times too, not as much, but I just like to sit out here and drink my coffee and just think of what the day, you know, what I'm going to do for the day, and just, you know, try to start off on a positive note. Sometimes not as often, but I'll come out here when the shade is back here of the evenings. Of course, lately it's not been as hot, but when it was hot, I'd wait until there was some shade back here to sit of the evening. I'm drinking my coffee this morning. Hope you're having your favorite morning beverage. Ooh, there's a plane. That one's pretty close, y'all. Wow. That one's a little lower than they usually are. Well, a lot of you have said that you like seeing the garden from day to day. I won't really do like a full update, but I will show you its progress. You know, I used to do them about every, I don't know, maybe like once a week. But as some of you have said, things can change pretty quick. So if y'all don't mind, you know, I always walk and check everything every morning, you know, to see if there's been maybe wind knocked something over that needs, you know, staked up, or different things. You know, maybe there'll be some new growth that I didn't notice the day before. So what I'll do is I'll just start over here at the end and then go on out to the wildflowers, and I'm going to show you. I'm getting ideas, you know, for next year. And as I said, one of the reasons I'm not going to make the garden any bigger is because I'm going to grow more wildflowers. And I've got a beautiful place out front. I'll get my brother to help me, and I'll help too to get these places ready. And hopefully we'll have a really, really beautiful garden and flowers next year. I was so happy the way things turned out this year, and that's the first time I tried growing wildflowers this year. And by the way, I got all these wildflower seeds from Dollar Tree. They come in a little box, like the little boxes that puzzles come in that have like the little bitty pieces in them, the small box. That's about the size it was. And it supposedly had like 5,000 seeds in it, but I didn't have 5,000 flowers come out, so I don't know about that. But you just press a hole in the side of it like you would a cat food box or something or other, and just you shake it up first because it's got this stuff in it, because the seeds are so small, you can't even hardly see some of these seeds. So you shake it up and it's got this stuff in it that I guess just, you know, dissolves or whatever as the water hits it, and you just sprinkle it wherever you want them. So that would be interesting, you know, for y'all if you to try and see if you could do it better. If you know, I gave away some of the seeds, you know, on the giveaway, and we'll probably have to do that again, and I might do it with veggie seeds, but I got to get more seeds. I still got stuff growing, but I didn't save enough seeds during the summer, which I should have thought about that, and next year that'll be another lesson learned. I'm going to save seeds right away. I would rather not have to buy seeds, because if you use the ones that you grew the year before, they just keep getting stronger, it seems like. You know, if you know they were good, use them again, you know. Like I said, I'm going to be like, I'm the type to make diagrams and stuff like that, and lists and everything. I'm always writing, and before next spring I'll have a diagram of everything I'm going to do to go by when we plant. So take you around here. The turnips and the kale are looking, I'm so pleased now, because I really thought they were going to die. And you can see how much better that looks right there. And that was all laying on the ground, if y'all remember, just dead looking. I didn't see, I had to pull a bunch of the dead leaves that didn't make it from the sun. But now it's really, everything's perking up. I need to prop that one up over there today. It's laying over, but I'll get that later on. It's seems like it's a little wet right now still. And I'm not for sure what all this is, this little growth down here. I did plant stuff different times, and they didn't grow because of the hot, you know, it was so hot and sunny all the time. But you can see them. I know that can't be all weeds, because there's not been any weeds in here to do anything. You know, I pulled everything as the year went on. So we'll see what comes out of this, what it is. There's more, if you can see all through here. You know, I remember planting, when I pulled up, if y'all remember, that have watched me all the time, when I pulled up these cucumbers that were out here that weren't doing good from the blight, I planted a bunch of stuff. So we'll see what happens. And, you know, like I told you, this trellis that I made here has been great. You can see this is what I want it to look like, the green beans. I want it to look like a bush. The first one grew about halfway up there. The first batch I did grew about halfway up and kind of quit going up. But I trained these a little bit better. You can just take all these, you know, and now I'm going to try to work it down now towards the bottom. There it is right there. So I'm going to take it, and they're kind of sticky too. So I'm going to take it and put it. There we go. Now I want it to run back down. I want all these to go back down this way, if I can, without breaking any of them. I don't want to break any. See, I'm pushing them down that way instead of straight up. Hopefully they'll grow on this side, has a little bit more room. But there's already, down towards the bottom where the growth was earlier, there's already, you know, we're already getting beans. And they'll work their way up. I don't see a whole lot of flowers yet, but there will be. And They're different colors than some of them. I can't see good because of the sun there, so. Well, where is it? I can't, the sun is glaring on there. And of course, we still got banana peppers. And this is the other turnips and stuff that I didn't transplant, but it looks like the turnips are kind of taking over and the kale's kind of getting pushed to the side. So maybe some of these turnips will be okay if they're spaced apart. Some. Still got plenty of peppers and new ones growing. Little ones here and there. And then, like I said, I don't know what these are yet. Right here. I don't even know. There's another one. There. A few radishes here and there. These back here. Plenty of tomatoes. There's our train. This is the the orange snack box peppers. You can see the leaves are kind of wilty on it. I don't think it likes the cold. Here we about got another habanero ready. Here, and there's one on this one somewhere. Here. Well, it's underneath the leaf, and I can't do it with one hand. There it is. I don't think I'm missing anything over here. I'm bad for doing that. Still got a few onions back there trying to grow. I don't know, like I said, I don't know where the little bitty shoots have come from. They're trying to grow somehow. The tomatoes aren't turning ripe as fast as they did in the summer. I guess the cool weather and stuff. And this cabbage seems to be looking better every day. I don't know what that cauliflower do. I've never grown either one of them. I just got those. Those are the ones that I bought clearance at Walmart. They were on for like 75 cents. They'd been like $2.88. I didn't think they'd live, but they're doing pretty good now. Yeah, get my coffee. Beautiful day. How did I get something on this? Well, I'll just leave it there. Little birdie. Here we are out at the stump flower community now. These zinnias are looking great, y'all. I'm sure you would agree. I like the vibrant colors. I like the colors, both colors together when you see them together here. And like I said, there's more zinnias growing. That's what they look like, the buds come out. And we got a little yellow flower. I like these down here. You don't see as many of these. That's nice. I like that. I've had a few of these blue ones in here. Okay, I'll let the clover grow in there because I like it with it. I think it looks good. Maybe there'll be a 4-leaf clover in there one day. I need it. And I said I would take you down here and show you what I'm going to do. These flower beds. Like I told you a few days ago, told y'all, I used to have flower beds in here. I ordered a bunch of bulbs and different things from, I think it was Michigan Bulb Company. And, you know, over the years, it's been weed-eated and this and that, and everything just is gone. The only thing that still grows is over on this other one is some grape hyacinth every year. it comes up and it smells great. But you can see these bushes here are a little big now, but this whole area here, I have to clean it up. And like I said, my brother, I'm sure he'll help me. He likes working out in the yard and stuff. We'll get this area and put some all, you know, from here and here, and then the same way over here. I'll probably need to get some soil because this old soil just looks like clay to me. That's what underneath ours is, clay everywhere pretty much. So I'll have to put some soil in here, but we'll do it, you know, we'll do it up through here. I need to do something with these steps. Looks like moss has grown all over them. This old astroturf that's on it. Don't really have the money to, but one day I'd like to do something about my whole porch. Maybe paint these steps or something and put something down up there. But that's one of those things that's been put off because of my surgeries and stuff. But I hope to get well enough one day to do all the things I want to with this place. But anyway, I put them, you know, like I said, up here, and then this is a bigger area right over here. And this area is where the hyacinth comes up. And then I got really a whole big area here. It's got grass and stuff on it now. I'll have to get rid of that. And of course, this is all next spring. But if this plant here, let me go in here. I don't know if it needs some, it should have got some water from the rain. It usually is greener than that. It probably needs some fertilizer. This does. But this plant is on my grandmother, on my mother's side, Meemaw. Y'all have seen me show pictures of her. This plant is growing on her grave, and we call it Meemaw plant. There's 3 different pots here where it's grown different times, but I didn't notice it was so white, the leaves. I'm gonna have to get something and give it some, there's a spider. Give it some fertilizer of some kind, because it's not getting anything from those pots after years. But that's the plan. I mean, I've got a lot more I'd like to do around here for sure. But like I said, everything comes to a halt when you start having health issues and surgeries and things, and you know, you just can't do it. And my brother can't, you know, do a bunch of extra stuff. He's been doing everything he can for me and us, and he's been such a great help. Just mowing this yard is rough. Of course, I used to take care of everything, you know. There's our train. I see a little purple flower down there. I don't know what that is. Let's go back up here. I gotta sit down for a few minutes after going up and down this hill. I am in a little bit of pain this morning. That's not unusual. My abdomen around my fistula and stuff is blistered and stuff too. Makes it hard walking. Well, since we can hear our train, I'm gonna set this down. We're gonna get some more coffee. Maybe the train will keep going. Let's relax for a few minutes. Okay. If y'all watch, check out YC Green. Check out her channel. I think it was yesterday, maybe. Yeah, yesterday. She did some scary stories, and I think she had 3 different videos of 3 different stories of hers for Halloween, you know. And she asked everybody to do, if they had one, to do a scary story. I don't really have. Can't really think of anything that happened, you know, where I saw a ghost or anything like that. But I have thought I saw, like, so this is my scary story segment, let's say, for YC. She asked everybody to do one if they could. So Little Pugsley was our Chihuahua mix that we had before Kitty. And it's been, you know, a long time ago. It was right before I went into the hospital one time. I think that was when I had some of my colon taken out, but because she died, and I don't know if that made me even more sick or what, but I was very attached to her, as we all were. And I buried her back here. I buried him back here. He's so little, you know, and we wanted him close to us, and he's right over there in that dip. I wanted to know where it was, you know, be able to remember. So I put him right in there. And so since then, and I don't know, it's just probably me, because I don't know if I really, you know, believe that you're going to see ghosts and stuff. But I have seen what I thought. He always sat at the end of the hallway right beside the bathroom. He would just sit there. And I have thought that I saw him there, you know, several times when it was dark. And I just don't know if in my mind was so used to seeing him sitting there, you know. And then as I would walk by, he used to follow me, you know, but he would be sitting there a lot. And the only other thing I can think of is, got a train again. When I was 5 years old, we lived in Tampa, Florida, and we had in our backyard, we had, if I remember right, Mom might see this and remember different. I think we had like 2 orange trees, and a grapefruit tree. I think we had like a lemon tree or something, or a lime tree, and we had a little one of those small bananas, you know, the little mini bananas. We had one of those banana trees, and Dad, he raised parakeets, so we had a big cage out there of parakeets. Most of the time they just dropped their eggs and they busted. I mean, they wouldn't really nest right, but sometimes you got them to. But across the street, or some ways down the road, there was orange groves, and my friend, and there was also a train, and we used to lay pennies on the tracks and wait for the train to run over it and stuff. That's a different story. But then we'd go climb up in those orange trees and sit there and eat oranges. And we got caught once, and you know, I was 5 and my friend might have been 5 or 6, 7. You know, back then your parents didn't worry about you running around that much, you know. And we would climb up there, and we got caught, and they just ran us off, you know. I'm sure they weren't too worried about us eating. They were probably worried about us getting hurt more than eating their oranges, I'm sure. But they came, and I don't know if it was in the orchard or like a field adjacent to it. There was a bunch of, they may have been clearing it to put more trees or something. Anyway, somebody came in there and cut a bunch of these things down that had real long thorns on them, about 2 inches long on them. Well, they piled them up. The way they piled them up, it was kind of in a circle. I don't know how they did it or why they did it that way. And they were pretty tall, probably maybe 15 foot. That was all these, where they'd cut all these tree things down with the thorns. So more of my friends came over there, and they were older, probably 12, something like that. And they climbed up in there somehow. I don't know if all of it was thorns, maybe part of it you could climb up. It had to be, because I couldn't have climbed up there, you know, with the thorns with my hands and stuff. So, but inside of it there was a bunch of those thorns. So everybody was climbing up and then like looking down in there and stuff, and then climbing back down there like, I did it, you know. And of course everybody's like, Mike, you gonna do it? I'm like, yeah, you know. I couldn't, you know, I was gonna do whatever everybody else was doing. So I climbed up there and I lost my footing at the top, and I fell down in there backwards, and I landed in the thorns. And I don't know, to me, you know, they had to come, some men had to come, you know, the kids couldn't pick me up and get me out of there. So I had to lay there with all these thorns in my back. I'm thinking the lowest amount in my back probably was 30. Of course, I was terrified. This is why I say it's a scary story. You imagine as a 5-year-old, you're screaming and carrying on, and your friends are, you know, out there and stuff, and they can't really do anything, but they went and got help, and a man came and climbed down in there and carried me out. And I'm pretty sure Mom and Dad took me to the emergency room. I'm pretty sure. And they had to take some of, you know, the thorns were broke off in me, some of them, and I had, you know, of course, injuries from the others. And they fixed me up, and of course I learned a big valuable lesson there. Don't listen to all your friends. Don't do what other stoops are doing. You know, try to think, you know, what's the logical thing to do. But that's my scary story, YC, and that's about the scariest thing I remember, except for I can think of a few others, like at the dentist, but I think I've told that before. That was scary too to me. But if I can think of anything else, I'll do another one, y'all. And I guess that'll be it for now. Please press that like button, subscribe if you hadn't already, and hit that notification bell so that you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Tonight we're having the leftover grandma's chicken casserole, so I don't have to cook again, and that's great. So y'all let me know what you're having for dinner. I might want your recipe. Have a great day. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I might have, I'm going to look, I might have enough for a tablet time. We'll see what happens. I'll talk to y'all later. God bless.